Jurassic period, also known as Jura, began 2 to 1.1 million years ago and lasted 56 million years. It is the second phase of the Mesozoic era. The name Jura comes from the Jura Mountains in Switzerland and France, where the first fossils were discovered. The Jurassic period is divided into 3 stages. The early Jurassic, from 20.3 to 174 million years ago, marked the recovery of life after the Triassic extinction event that wiped out half of all species. The warm and humid climate allowed life to recover quickly. Oceans were filled with ammonites, bivalves, fish, and reptiles, including dinosaurs. These reptiles soon dominated the ecosystems, and some even developed wings to fly. The Jurassic marked the golden age of reptiles, with hundreds of dinosaur species appearing across all continents, including Antarctica. Some grew to enormous sizes, while others evolved into strange, terrifying forms. The prehistoric reptiles of 200 million years ago remain a great mystery to humanity. At this time, Pangaea began to break into separate land masses. The eastern seas filled the gaps, and the continents began to take the shapes we see today. Deep regions separated Africa and Australia, and the distance between Africa and America widened. Lowlands like Germany, England, Paris, Spain, and Siberia formed in Eurasia. The Arctic Ocean expanded into Laurasia. The Rocky and Andes mountain ranges began to form. The tectonic plate separation process was accompanied by intense volcanic activity, releasing CO2 into the atmosphere, increasing the greenhouse effect. The Jurassic climate was 5 to 10 degrees Celsius warmer than today, with CO2 levels 4 times higher. Rainstorms were more frequent and intense compared to the end of the Triassic. The Earth had a tropical and subtropical humid climate with vast areas covered by lush forests and large trees. The main plants were seed ferns and non-flowering woody plants. Unlike animals, plants didn't face extinction during the transition from Triassic to Jurassic. Thanks to the warmth and moisture, trees grew tall and strong. Palm-like trees such as Cicadaceae thrived in tropical regions, peaking into diversity during the Jurassic and Cretaceous. The golden age of ferns and conifer trees lasted from the Jurassic to the Cretaceous periods, reaching peak diversity in the early Jurassic. Ginkgo trees with fan-shaped leaves were unique, but only one species, Ginkgo biloba, survives today. Along with cycads and ginkgo prehistoric conifer trees resembling modern pines, firs and cypresses thrived. With a warm climate and abundant vegetation, the animal kingdom, especially insects, flourished. Dragonflies hunted prey over water, while beetles gathered in bushes. The first butterflies appeared, though not as vibrant as today's. Additionally, some butterfly-like creatures emerged, explained by convergent evolution. These flying creatures resembled butterflies and pollinated plants, but were closer to beetles. Convergent evolution is when distantly related species evolve similarly to adapt to similar environments, making them look almost identical despite living in different areas. An example is the Ptera species in Madagascar, which evolved from a common ancestor into forms resembling shrews, hedgehogs, or otters. Despite their similarities, Pteris is more closely related to elephants than hedgehogs. Amphibians gradually gave way to reptiles, with many going extinct, leaving behind primitive salamanders, frogs, and legless worms called Ceylon. Some large amphibians, like the giant Pariensaurus, survived, growing up to 3 meters, with one record specimen reaching 7 meters.
While Pariensaurus thrived early in the Jurassic, their numbers declined as reptiles flourished. Before dinosaurs evolved into their separate group, reptiles rapidly diversified and dominated land, sea, and sky. These creatures lived in warm, tropical seas, surviving great extinctions and growing stronger.
One remarkable species, the Urosaurus, or marine lizard, varied in size from 2 to 4 meters, but Some grew to massive proportions, with the largest known species, Sonosaurus, reaching 15 meters. The largest was Satasaurus at 21 meters. Some Inosaurus species had shark-like bodies and crocodile-like heads, resembling nature's bizarre joke similar to modern platypuses. Inosaurus had large eyes protected by a bony ring, allowing it to hunt at night and dive deep. Their eyes could be up to 25 centimeters across. Thotosaurus could see at depths up to 1 to 600 meters, while humans only see in complete darkness at 600 meters. At depths of 800 to 950 meters, light intensity is just 1% of surface levels at noon. While reptiles ruled land and seas, flying lizards like Stegosaurus appeared in the Triassic and became more common in the Jurassic. Some species went extinct, but the rambunctious flying lizards with long tails continued to evolve, feeding on fish, small animals, and even hunting land reptiles. By the Jurassic, they had diversified. Prehistoric turtles resembled modern ones, but the land group consisted of dinosaurs. Paleontologists have identified over 900 genera and 1,000 species of non-avian dinosaurs by the start of the Jurassic. Dinosaurs quickly dominated ecosystems after the extinction event. While some were tiny, others grew into colossal monsters. Around 82.7 to 4.1 million years ago, the large herbivorous dinosaur Volcanodon lived in what is now Zimbabwe. It had the typical sauropod body structure with strong legs, a long neck, and tail. Its Latin name, Volcanodon, means tooth of the volcano, as its fossils were found in sandstone between two volcanic lava flows. At the time, the Pepper Arrows Formation was a hot desert, not ideal for life, though there were some plant oases, rivers, and rare water sources. Volcanodon was estimated to be 6.5 meters long, 2.5 meters tall, and weighed 5 tons. Some researchers believe it could have grown up to 11 meters long and weighed 5 tons, although herbivorous Volcanodon was preyed upon by carnivorous reptiles. Evidence of this was found when its first fossil was discovered. Paleontologist Michael R. found a tooth near the pelvic area of Volcanodon with its skull and neck missing. The teeth resembled those of carnivores, suggesting that Volcanodon struggled before dying, causing its head to fall onto its pelvic region, a phenomenon observed in other dinosaur fossils. Due to its unusual teeth, the herbivorous dinosaur Volcanodon was named after the teeth of its killer. While Africa had Volcanodon, North America's dominant predator was Dilophosaurus. This species lived around 99 to 198 million years ago in Arizona, USA. It was a fast and agile hunter, preying on smaller herbivorous dinosaurs. The name Dilophosaurus means two crests, referring to the flat crests on its skull, believed to be for decoration or mate attraction, similar to modern Komodo dragons or bearded lizards. Dilophosaurus grew up to 7 meters long, stood about 2 meters tall, and weighed 400 kilograms, making it the largest predator of its time, sometimes called the T-Rex of the early Jurassic. However, it struggled against armored dinosaurs like Scelidosaurus or Ceratosaurus, unless hunting in pairs. For smaller prey, Neopsaurus was a terrifying hunter, using its long, narrow jaw to catch fast dinosaurs like Scosaurus. Analysis of Neopsaurus tooth fossils shows that when large prey was scarce, it ate fish, aquatic creatures, and sometimes scavenged. Copus, a small carnivorous dinosaur, moved on 2 legs and lived on land. It was 3 meters long with a lightweight frame due to hollow bones. It was one of the earliest known dinosaurs. Copus lived during the late Triassic and early Jurassic around 228 to 200 million years ago, with estimates ranging from 28.5 to 9.8 million years ago. It was common in North America, especially New Mexico, as well as in South Africa and Zimbabwe. Compared to Dilophosaurus, Copus was much smaller, with a length of 3 meters, a height of 1 meter, and a weight of 30 kilos. Its teeth were thin, backward curved, sharp, and had small grooves on both edges. Unlike larger carnivores, Kopus hunted in groups, not alone. During the late Triassic and early Jurassic, North America's valleys were mostly deserts, but some green oases remained in mountain regions where Kopus hunted in packs. Paleontologists believe they used special sounds to communicate and develop a primitive hunting strategy. It's possible that Kopus worked with others to bring down larger herbivorous dinosaurs, but their main diet consisted of smaller reptiles and lizards. Fossils of Kopus have often been found alongside smaller animal remains, showing they hunted prey smaller than themselves. For a long time, Kopus was thought to be cannibalistic based on fossils found at God Range, New Mexico, where Kopus juveniles were found in adult stomachs. However, by the early 2000s, this hypothesis was disproven. Studies revealed that the small fossils were from another species, Hyosaurus, a small reptile from the same period. This means Kopus didn't eat its own kind, but hunted smaller reptiles. God Range became one of the richest fossil sites, yielding many Kopus skeletons. Scientists speculate that a natural disaster like a flood or drought might have wiped out an entire Kopus herd, burying their bodies together. Lotosaurus, a small but remarkable dinosaur from the early Jurassic, lived about 9 to 198 million years ago. Its name comes from Lutu country in Africa, where the first fossils were found. Lotosaurus was one of the smallest dinosaurs with a body length of up to 2 meters and a height ranging from 40 centimeters to 1 meter. It weighed between 3 to 10 kilos, typical for the Lotosaurus genus. Lotosaurus moved on 2 strong legs, reaching impressive speeds. Its small forelimbs were well developed and resembled human hands with an underdeveloped 5th finger. These forelimbs helped it grasp plants. Its long, slender body made it resemble a bipedal lizard running on land. Lotosaurus was agile and fled at the first sign of danger, but it faced predators like Kopus, which could easily catch up. Lotosaurus had no weapons for defense, no claws, armor, or fangs, but relied on camouflage and speed to escape. Linus, a unique dinosaur, lived in the early Jurassic about 90 to 196.5 million years ago in what is now South Africa. Its name means wolf face due to sharp canine teeth in its jaw, but its other teeth suggested it was an herbivore. Linus had a body length of 1.2 meters, a height of 50 cm, and weighed up to 10 kilos. Linus moved on 2 legs, similar to Heterodontosaurus, with strong, light legs and a long tail for balance. Its forelimbs helped it grasp plants. The skull was teardrop-shaped with a bird-like beak and sharp canine teeth. Initially thought to be related to Sorona, further analysis revealed Linus was an omnivore, eating plants and small animals. Its diet included tree trunks, ferns, horsetails, grass, and insects. Despite its sharp canines, Linus wasn't a strong predator. It relied on speed and camouflage to escape. Many dinosaurs, like Allosaurus, were small, and it took over 100 million years for giant herbivores to appear. Xenosaurus, a large herbivorous dinosaur, lived in Yunnan Province, China, during the early Jurassic 203 to 68.3 million years ago. It reached 13 meters in length, 4.3 meters in height, and weighed about 3 tons. While smaller than later massive dinosaurs, Xenosaurus was still one of the large dinosaurs of the early Jurassic. Xenosaurus moved mostly on 4 legs, but could stand on 2 to reach tree branches or raise its forelimbs to threaten predators. Its forelimbs were large with claws, and its long neck led to a small head. Its most notable feature was over 60 spoon-shaped teeth that sharpened when its mouth closed, making it easier to tear leaves. This feature, uncommon in early dinosaurs, later appeared in giant sauropods like Brachiosaurus, showing convergent evolution. If only Xenosaurus's teeth were found, it might have been mistaken for a herbivorous sauropod. Xenosaurus moved between grassy areas, feeding on leaves from tall trees, ferns, and horsetails, thanks to its special teeth. It likely lived in herds for better defense against predators, similar to how elephant herds in African savannas force lions to retreat. At the end of the early Jurassic, Earth began to cool. Some areas were covered in ice, but it didn't affect mammals much as they were covered in fur and lived in burrows. However, this cold period hurt dinosaurs as they preferred warmer climates. Species like Copis couldn't adapt and gradually disappeared. Many incredible reptiles still existed in the early Jurassic, with humanity learning about them through the few remaining fossils. As the Jurassic continued, fascinating species like Pliosaurus emerged. This enormous marine reptile dominated the seas, reaching over 10 meters, with powerful jaws and a streamlined body for hunting. Pliosaurus was the marine equivalent of land-based predators, showing how diverse and complex the aquatic ecosystem was during the Jurassic. On land, dinosaur diversity expanded with sauropods like Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus becoming dominant. These massive plant eaters roamed the Jurassic forests, using their long necks to reach tall plants. Despite their size, they were gentle giants, feeding on vegetation other herbivores couldn't access. Carnivorous dinosaurs like Allosaurus began ruling the land. Agile and coordinated, they hunted in packs, much like modern wolves, using their sharp teeth and claws to bring down large prey. In the late Jurassic, the first birds such as Archaeopteryx appeared. These small, feathered dinosaurs had wings, but also retained traits like teeth and long tails. The development of flight allowed them to escape predators and find new food sources, eventually leading to the birds we know today. Jurassic plant life, including conifers, ferns, and cycads, provided ample food for herbivorous dinosaurs and insects. The warm climate and abundant vegetation created a thriving ecosystem where plant-eating dinosaurs like Stegosaurus and Triceratops flourished. As the Jurassic period ended, the Earth began to shift. Continents drifted, new landmasses emerged, and climate and geography changed. This set the stage for the Cretaceous period, where new species would dominate. But the legacy of the Jurassic, the age of dinosaurs, would remain. The end of the Jurassic saw the transition from large dinosaurs to more specialized species. The Jurassic saw the peak of sauropods, powerful carnivores like Allosaurus, and the first birds. The Cretaceous period would bring new species like T-Rex Triceratops and Velociraptor. The end of the Jurassic also marked the flourishing of plant life. Conifers, ferns, and cycads became more widespread, providing food and shelter for many species. The lush vegetation of the Jurassic supported herbivorous dinosaurs, which in turn sustained the carnivores that hunted them. The rise of flowering plants in the Cretaceous further shaped the evolution of both plants and animals. These plants provided food for herbivores and created new niches, leading to further specialization. The Jurassic period ended with significant changes, but laid the foundation for the next great chapter in Earth's history. Its legacy still shapes the world today, from dinosaur fossils to ecosystems influenced by the climate and geography of the time. The Jurassic was a pivotal moment of change, evolution, and the rise of iconic creatures. Even after the extinction event that ended the Jurassic, the influence of dinosaurs remained in Earth's ecosystems. The legacy of the Jurassic echoes through fossils, from massive sauropod bones to the first flying dinosaurs that evolved into modern birds. The Jurassic period is an unforgettable chapter in Earth's history. The dinosaurs of the Jurassic were a driving force in Earth's evolution, laying the foundation for future developments seen in today's creatures and ecosystems. The period highlighted the adaptability and diversity of life, with each species filling unique ecological roles. The end of the Jurassic was a transition, not the end of dinosaurs. New species emerged in the Cretaceous with flowering plants, and evolving dinosaurs, further shaping Earth. This world would later be reshaped by the asteroid that ended the Mesozoic era. Despite environmental changes, life evolved and thrived. The extinction event marked a turning point, but paved the way for mammals and humans. The Jurassic remains a vital chapter where reptiles ruled and modern ecosystems began. The end of the Jurassic marked a dramatic transformation, but was also part of Earth's ongoing evolution. The ancient reptiles gave way to new species, some of which evolved into today's diverse animals. Though the great dinosaurs no longer roamed the Earth, their legacy lived on in fossils and the ecosystems they helped shape. Earth's history is defined by transitions and adaptations, each period contributing to the rise of mammals and humans. The Jurassic remains a crucial part of this story, when dinosaurs ruled from Brachiosaurus to Archaeopteryx, shaping life for millions of years. Even after the dinosaurs' extinction, the Jurassic's influence continued in modern ecosystems. The plants and animals of the period laid the foundation for the world we know today, which continues to evolve in response to nature's forces. The Jurassic was a pivotal moment in Earth's history, influencing the evolution of all creatures for millions of years. Its fossilized remains and ongoing impact are an unforgettable part of Earth's story. If you love dinosaur stories and want to explore more mysteries, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to stay updated.